Have you ever woken from a dream that felt more real than waking life? A dream where you were not simply watching events unfold, but moving through them, walking down unfamiliar streets, flying above oceans, speaking to beings you've never met, yet somehow remembered. What if I told you it wasn't a dream at all? For thousands of years, in temples, mystery schools, and sacred groves, adepts have whispered about a hidden ability that all humans possess, a capacity to leave the physical body and travel the vast landscapes of the non-physical realms. This is not fantasy. This is astral travel. Astral travel, sometimes called out-of-body experience, is the art of shifting your conscious awareness away from your physical form and into your subtle, energetic body. In this state, distance and time no longer bind you. You can traverse the dreamlike yet vividly real dimensions that exist alongside the physical world. Dimensions filled with symbolic cities, luminous beings, and landscapes that respond to thought itself. But here's the part no one tells you. Astral travel is not merely about going somewhere else. It is not a cosmic tourism package for the curious. In truth, the journey outward is also a journey inward. The astral realms act as mirrors of your deepest subconscious, reflecting back your fears, your desires, and your hidden strengths. And the ability to navigate them safely requires not only curiosity, but skill, discipline, and an awakened sense of responsibility. In this video, we will lift the veil on what astral travel truly is. We'll explore how ancient cultures, from Egyptian priests to Tibetan monks, mapped these invisible worlds. We'll dive into the mechanics of leaving the body, the hidden dangers that the untrained seldom consider, and the profound spiritual benefits that await those who approach it with reverence. And most importantly, we'll uncover how you can begin to access these realms yourself, not recklessly, but as a conscious traveler, equipped with the knowledge to move through the astral planes with clarity and purpose. So take a deep breath and imagine your awareness floating just above your body. That gentle pull you feel may be the first step into an entirely new universe. Astral travel is not a modern invention, nor is it confined to the fringes of mystical thought. It is one of humanity's oldest spiritual practices, woven into the sacred traditions of cultures separated by oceans and centuries. The names change, the symbols shift, but the essence remains the same. The human spirit can leave the body and journey through other realms. In ancient Egypt, priests of the Temple of Karnak were said to practice Ka journeys, the projection of the Ka, or life force double, into the Duat, the Egyptian otherworld. Their texts, such as the Book of the Dead, are not morbid guides to the afterlife, but detailed maps for navigating non-physical landscapes while still alive. The Ba and Ka, two aspects of the soul, were trained to separate and return, bringing back knowledge from beyond. In Tibetan Buddhism, the practice of dream yoga and poa involve consciously leaving the body during dream states or at the moment of death. Monks train for years to maintain awareness while transitioning between states, using the Bardo Todal, often called the Tibetan Book of the Dead, as a manual for these journeys. They see the astral realms not as fantasy, but as training grounds for mastering the mind and preparing for ultimate liberation. Among the ancient Greeks, philosophers like Plato and Plotinus spoke of the soul's ability to fly free from the body. In the Chaldean oracles, a cornerstone of Neoplatonic mysticism, the soul ascends through celestial spheres, shedding earthly attachment and awakening to its divine nature. Shamanic traditions worldwide, from the Sami of the Arctic to the Shipibo of the Amazon, speak of soul flight. Shamans enter trance through drumming, chanting, or plant medicines, traveling to the upper worlds, lower worlds, and middle worlds to seek healing, wisdom, and guidance for their communities. These journeys are highly structured, often with clear protocols for protection and return. Even in Western esoteric traditions, astral travel occupies a central place. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn and Theosophical Society in the 19th and 20th centuries produced elaborate manuals on projecting the astral body and navigating its many planes. Their writings echo the same truth found in older traditions. The astral is layered, and not all realms are benevolent. Philosophically, astral travel challenges our materialist worldview. If consciousness can exist independent of the body, then it is not merely a byproduct of brain chemistry. It is primary, fundamental. The astral realms, then, are not elsewhere, but woven into the very fabric of reality, accessible when the senses of the physical body are set aside. But here is the part no one tells you. Every journey into the astral is also a journey inward. The landscapes you see are shaped not only by universal archetypes, but also by the architecture of your own mind. Without preparation, you can easily mistake your projections for objective reality, or wander into currents of energy you are unprepared to handle. The ancients knew this, which is why astral training always began with discipline, of thought, of emotion, of intent. Without these, a traveler can lose their way. With them, the astral becomes a vast library, a temple, and a mirror for the soul. And now, to understand this fully, we must explore the mechanics, the actual process of astral travel, how it happens, what it feels like, and why so many who try fail to recognize when they are already halfway there. Astral travel begins not with movement, but with shift. The shift is subtle, an alteration in your state of consciousness that allows your awareness to disengage from the physical senses and anchor into the astral body. This body, sometimes called the subtle body or energy double, mirrors the physical form but exists in a finer vibrational state. Imagine lying perfectly still. Your breathing slows, the hum of the room fades. At first, you feel only relaxation, but then a curious sensation emerges. You become aware of two versions of yourself, one heavy, grounded, bound to the bed, and another light, expansive, as if floating just above. This is the threshold between waking consciousness and astral perception. In practical terms, astral projection typically unfolds in 4 stages. 1. Deep relaxation and sensory withdrawal. The body must be brought to a state of near sleep while the mind remains alert. Ancient practitioners used rhythmic breathing, mantras, or focus on a single image to quiet the senses. In modern terms, this is called the hypnagogic state, a gateway where the brain produces slower theta waves conducive to vivid inner imagery. 2. The vibrational stage. Many report a buzzing, humming, or wave-like sensation sweeping through the body. Esoteric schools describe this as the energetic loosening of the astral body from the physical one. It can feel intense, like standing near a high-voltage field, but it is simply the sensation of shifting into a different frequency of awareness. 3. Separation. At this point, awareness can roll or lift out of the physical form.
Some describe rising straight upward, others feel themselves sliding sideways. In ancient Egyptian training, this was likened to a bird taking flight from its nest, tethered by a luminous cord, the so-called silver cord that links the astral body to the physical. 4. Astral perception. Once separated, the environment may look like your immediate surroundings, but subtly altered, colors more vivid, objects shimmering, light sources behaving in impossible ways. This is the lower astral, a liminal layer close to the physical world. Beyond it lie higher astral realms, landscapes of thought forms, archetypal beings, and vast symbolic structures. One of the greatest misconceptions is that the astral is somewhere else. In truth, it interpenetrates the physical, like different channels on the same frequency spectrum. Your shift in awareness simply tunes you to a different station. However, here lies the hidden truth. Your astral experiences are shaped by two forces. One is the shared astral environment, real locations and beings visited by countless travelers. The other is your own mind, which acts as both translator and filter. Unresolved fears may manifest as threatening forms. Deep desires may color landscapes with seductive illusions. This is why ancient teachers insisted on mental clarity before journeying. Another truth rarely discussed is that your emotional vibration determines your range. Fear, anger, or greed will keep you bound to the lower astral, dense, chaotic regions populated by unstable thought forms. Calm, compassion, and focused intent allow you to ascend to higher realms of order, beauty, and wisdom. In Part 2, we will step deeper into this hidden map, exploring the layers of the astral, the beings you may encounter, and the subtle laws that govern safe and meaningful travel.
The astral realm is not a single, uniform place. It is a vast, layered spectrum of realities, each vibrating at different frequencies. Ancient mystics often compared it to a great vertical ladder, with rungs ranging from the densest, most chaotic levels to the most luminous, harmonious spheres. At the base of this ladder lies the lower astral. This layer mirrors the physical world, but is clouded with the residue of human thought and emotion. Here, unprocessed fears, obsessions, and desires take on form, sometimes grotesque, sometimes alluring. Many untrained travelers wander here unknowingly, interacting with projections of their own psyche. In shamanic traditions, these are known as shadow realms, requiring courage and discernment to pass through. Above this is the middle astral, a more stable region where travelers may encounter symbolic cities, natural landscapes of breathtaking beauty, and other conscious beings. Some are fellow travelers, others are entities native to the astral. In ancient Greece, this was the domain of the daimones, intermediary spirits that could guide, test, or mislead, depending on the traveler's intent. Beyond this is the higher astral, a realm of pure archetype and luminous geometry. Here, forms are less solid and more like living symbols, structures of light, vast temples of sacred geometry, beings of radiant intelligence. Tibetan practitioners speak of these as the clear light realms, while Hermetic writings refer to them as the spheres of the heavens. Encounters in the astral are not random. They are drawn to your frequency, much like a magnet pulling certain metals. This is why intention is your compass. Traveling with the aim of learning, healing, or serving tends to attract benevolent guides and stable environments. Traveling out of curiosity or thrill-seeking can lead you to unstable or deceptive realms.
One of the most misunderstood aspects of astral travel is the presence of guides. These can appear as human-like figures, animals, or pure light forms. Some are aspects of your higher self, while others are independent intelligences. Their role may be to teach, protect, or present challenges designed to awaken deeper awareness. The key is to engage with discernment. True guides encourage clarity, autonomy, and growth. False ones may demand blind obedience or instill fear. The laws of movement in the astral are different from the physical. Space responds to thought. Focus on a location or person, and you are drawn there instantly. But this also means stray thoughts can pull you into unintended situations. The seasoned traveler learns to quiet the mind and hold intention like a steady flame. Finally, there is the return. The silver cord, the energetic tether linking your astral body to your physical, ensures you can return. Sudden fear, exhaustion, or a strong emotional pull toward your body will snap you back instantly. Ancient Egyptian initiates described the return as re-entering the vessel, and many travelers report a distinct sensation of settling back in, often accompanied by a rush of physical awareness. The astral is not just a playground for exploration. It is a mirror, a school, and a bridge between the material and the infinite. But to walk its halls with purpose, you must first master the inner discipline that keeps your compass true. In the next section, we'll bring this knowledge down to earth, offering practical, step-by-step methods to begin safe and meaningful astral travel, and the disciplines to maintain clarity while journeying.
If you wish to explore the astral realms with clarity and safety, you must approach the practice as the ancients did, not as an amusement, but as a discipline. Think of it like sailing into uncharted waters. Your preparation, skill, and mindset determine the quality of your voyage. 1. Build a foundation of stillness. Astral travel requires the mind to remain alert while the body falls into deep relaxation. Begin with a daily meditation practice, even if only 10 to 15 minutes. Focus on the breath or a simple mantra until you can maintain mental clarity without drifting into ordinary sleep. 2. Choose a consistent practice time. Early morning, just before dawn, is ideal. At this time, the body is naturally rested yet still in a receptive brainwave state, making separation from the physical form easier. Ancient Egyptian initiates called this the blue hour, when the boundary between worlds is thin. 3. The pre-sleep technique. Lie down comfortably on your back, arms by your sides. Breathe slowly and deeply until the body feels heavy. Focus your awareness on the point between your eyebrows, the brow center, or imagine gently swaying as if floating on water. This induces the hypnagogic state, where the body sleeps but the mind remains awake. 4. Recognize the vibrational stage. If you feel buzzing, humming, or a wave-like sensation, do not panic. This is the astral body loosening from the physical. Surrender to the sensation. Any fear will anchor you back into your body. 5. Separation methods. The rope technique. Imagine a rope hanging above you. Without moving physically, reach for it and pull yourself up with your non-physical arms. The rollout method. Visualize gently rolling sideways out of your body as if you're slipping into another layer of reality. 6. Set a clear intention. Before attempting to leave the body, decide where or why you want to go. I wish to visit a place of learning, or I want to meet my guide, or more effective than, I want to explore.
Clear intent aligns your vibration and helps stabilize the journey. 7. Protective alignment. Many traditions recommend a protective visualization before travel. Envision yourself surrounded by a sphere of golden or white light. This acts as an energetic filter, repelling lower vibrational influences and ensuring you are drawn to realms in harmony with your intent. 8. Keep encounters conscious. If you meet beings in the astral, maintain calm curiosity. Ask questions. Notice their eyes, movements, and the feeling they give you. True guides will encourage your empowerment and clarity. False guides may demand obedience or provoke fear. 9. Returning gracefully. When you wish to return, focus on your physical body. Imagine sinking into it like settling into warm water. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch gently before opening your eyes. Common challenges. Falling asleep. If you lose awareness, practice earlier in the night or after a brief nap. Overexcitement. The moment you realize you've separated, joy can snap you back. Train to stay calm by focusing on a simple object in the astral environment. Distorted environments. If the surroundings feel unstable, focus on your breath or your hands until the scene clarifies. With patience and discipline, these practices cultivate a steady astral practice. Over time, you'll move beyond mere curiosity into purposeful exploration, retrieving insights, dissolving inner fears, and connecting with realms of wisdom. And now we come to the heart of the matter. What astral travel means for your spiritual journey, and why the deepest truth is not about leaving the body at all, but about awakening a greater part of yourself.
Astral travel has always been more than a parlor trick for mystics. It is a profound training ground for the soul. The real secret, the one few ever share, is that the journey through the astral is not about escaping the physical world, but about learning to navigate the greater reality of which this world is only a part. Through ancient Egyptian Ka journeys, Tibetan dream yoga, shamanic soul flights, and Western esoteric projection techniques, humanity has preserved a timeless truth. Consciousness is not confined to flesh and bone. It can soar through realms of light and shadow, learning the laws of creation from the inside out. When you step beyond the limits of the body, you encounter two great mirrors: the shared astral planes, vast and intricate, and the inner landscapes of your own mind. Each teaches in its own way. The lower realms challenge you to face your fears. The middle realms invite exploration and meeting with other intelligences. The higher realms open you to the archetypal truths that underlie all existence. The discipline of astral travel reshapes your life in the waking world. You become more attuned to subtle energies, more discerning of truth from illusion, more grounded in the awareness that you are more than this temporary form. You may find fear loosening its grip, replaced by a deeper sense of belonging in a universe both seen and unseen. But this gift comes with responsibility. Every thought, every emotion, every intention you carry into the astral shapes the worlds you enter. As in life, so in the astral. You create the path you walk. So, if you choose to step beyond the veil, do so with reverence. Prepare your mind. Purify your intent. Walk with curiosity, but also with care. And remember, the most extraordinary journey is not measured in distance traveled, but in awareness expanded. Because the truth no one told you about astral travel is this: it's not about leaving your body, it's about coming home to the vastness of who you really are.